We'll see if this started it or not. I see you. I see you. It tracks all of my audio for some reason. Oh, this is not good. It tracks all of my audio for some reason.
Yeah. So let's get...
And we're here.
We're
We've
here!
arrived.
We arrived to PC1 in Mexico. Welcome, everyone, to another glorious race. Audio works fine. Everything looks like it is actually working.
Yes, the track of
So...
1,000 penalties.
Please, no. My God. Yeah, it was... I think just across all the divisions, actually, there have been a lot of penalties in the race. So
Definitely.
let's hope for clean one, boys and girls, if there are any. Yeah, we're in. Should see the first cars coming out pretty soon.
Yep.
Probably just going to be a mixed bag of strategies. Unlike Belgium, you can quite easily get 4 runs in here as well, which is gives the drivers something to play with. They're all putting their setups on at the moment. It's a nice track. I do like Mexico, but
Yeah, I like the flow of Mexico. I don't like anything else about it whatsoever. Racing in traffic, the dive bombs. Yep.
yeah, racing in traffic is especially on the opening laps or just like any safety car restart. It just
Exactly.
promotes pretty desperate racing. So hopefully we'll see these guys show us actually how it's done. We have Tom Moira out first on the softs, closely followed by the Haas of Globetrotter and the mediums. So split strategy straight away. Adam Sostak is waving the intermediate tires, which is very interesting indeed.
It's a bold strategy. I don't know if it will pay off, but stay tuned.
Giving the stream a bit of a listen at the moment. Are you able to turn your volume up a little bit?
Oh, for sure.
All right, lovely. So we don't have a repeat of last week where I'm horrendously loud.
That's all it is. I turned it up. Hopefully this is
All right,
better.
nice. I'll give it a listen in a bit. I'm just gonna stay on board with Tom and the Alfa Romeo for his first flying lap as he rounds the final corner now. Quite cleverly, actually, Globetrotter's getting a bit of a slipstream on his mediums. He's going to fall back anyway with the tire deck. Let's see what these guys can do. Decent line for Tom through first sector. Getting a bit of a draft from the other house in traffic. Gets out of the way. He's just easing it through this part of the middle sector. It's very easy to get greedy and exceed track limits.
Agreed.
Seems to make it nicely. Here's the true test. The S's. If you can keep it flat, which he seems to have done a pretty good job of. You can get a really good time here. It'll be a lot easier when the track rubber's in as well.
Definitely.
Going through Stadium, you can actually just see how much he's dropped the Haas just with the time delta difference between these two tyre compounds. Looks like we're seeing the Mercs and the McLarens doing a bit of slipstream teamwork. The 1:15.1 to start us off.
That was
And then the
a
Haas
quick
for
one.
behind him is 1:17.3.
Have the other Alpha also coming up top two.
Very nice.
Fantastic.
I'm just going
Good
to
start for
check
them.
quickly. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to see if we've got any reserves today. Anyone I should be aware of? We do actually have the fastest medium tyre runner in the Williams at the moment going by Humpus. They're a reserve. So they've done a very nice job. I've seen a couple of retirements.
Yeah.
Got
Hunters have retired.
Luke Mills in the McLaren. was in the pits, and then Adam's so stacked as well. I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe they just fancy a bit of a
Checking
fun
Cody
one
around the
today.
final corner on mediums. Bit higher of a lap.
Giving his teammate Adam Lapidge
15.7 on mediums is
a
a fantastic
slipstream. That
lap
is a
there.
very good time. Adam's getting a slipstream from his teammate as well, so liking the team tactics here already.
Good ride.
Adam just being sure not to invalidate in the first few corners. It's easy to do. It's a decent run through the first sector. Second DRS straight now.
We'll follow Adam here.
Yeah, Jacob Mickelson with a 1:15.7 on mediums is what I'm keeping a look at the moment.
So I'm trying to
Very good
bring up my...
time.
Since I don't have a names overlay, I must bring up the standings here. There we go.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
quite.
Adam actually just retired, hits the wall
Oh,
on
that's an easy
ABSs.
place to do it. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
some of the curbs are a bit risky.
Yeah, I don't like the S's because of that. It's hard to want to push when you're trying to put up your fastest time and you need to, but it's also so easy to
Yeah,
take that first curb and just slam it into the wall.
no, I agree. I think a lot of drivers here have just sort of set a general banker so that if they do push and retire, then at least they've still got a time. Oh, as Nathan Powers, who's gone off at the same place that Adam did, but he's managed to save it.
That's good.
Scary stuff, even in game when you're going for a hot lap and you just lose it on these curbs.
Yeah.
This game is very unforgiving.
We were Alpine finally finishing a lap. Coming around on mediums.
1:17.7 P14. Done a few laps on the medium, so just really going for a general banker time.
Definitely. So,
We
bringing up
have
constructors. We have a very tight race for second this week for PC1. So actually pretty important for Ferrari, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, and Red Bull.
just having a look at that as well. Yeah, so 18 points splits the four teams.
Yes, for second place.
That's it. That is not a lot of points. There's only 4 races left as well, so
Exactly, yeah.
that is going to be it's going to be an interesting fight to watch, especially think around a track like Mexico where the racing is quite close and intense. It'd just be important for everyone to not only finish but finish well. So
Exactly.
could see people taking some risks. Tom Moira on his second hot lap now on the Alfa Romeo, currently still P1. This track may have rubbered in a bit by now, so he may improve. He's got Globetrotter ahead of him on an outlap, so hopefully he gets out of the way for him. I'm sure he will. Yeah, very nice indeed. Just come to the first sector slip. 2 tenths up on his previous best already. So just goes to show just how good track evolution is.
Yeah, that's a fantastic lap.
Yes, these two
Slight
curbs here that
lift.
spit people out. A minor twitch through the through the S's, but shouldn't really lose time because of that.
Still almost 3 tenths up. Actually gets this curve
Good
a bit
line through
tighter than last
stadium.
time.
Taking the tight line to the line. 14.7, very nice.
Fantastic.
We've got other drivers on their hot laps as well, so we'll see what they're doing. I think Humpus has bailed. And Marvin Murr just going through the first sector at the moment as well. Opens the DRS perfectly.
Just going to follow Mickelson on his hot lap now that he's on softs. Coming from the mediums. Just going to turn myself up again. Apparently I'm hard to hear. Should be a bit better.
See what Marvin can do as he comes to the line now. Currently P3.
Oh, what a lap.
Stays P3. Does improve slightly. But Jacob Mickelson has snatched provisional pole.
He had a great lap on mediums and just decided to best everyone coming out on softs. So.
Really enjoying this track. But this is one of the TT tracks for the Season 7 entries, so I'm expecting to see quite a close battle for the front. So I imagine a lot of these drivers will have really put the hammer down for their times, and I've just seen PC2 champion Tuka has joined the fray. It's joined the session, so he'll be starting from the back, but
that's okay.
I am now. That's okay. He might stay at the back this time. Yeah, but that's going to be very interesting to see what he does in PC1. So for anyone who doesn't know, he's done pretty well in PC2.
Definitely.
Might be understatement of the year, but we've all been saying how he's on pace for PC1. So it'll be interesting to see how much he does in a race. Just looking on the grid.
Lap come through quicker than an alpha. That's a very tight first place. 4 thousandths down.
Jesus.
Hundreds, thousands, whatever it is.
We have. I'm just on board with Martin Horak at the moment in the Williams going through the S. It seems to have negotiated it well. He's 3.5 tenths up on his previous best. Just needs to make sure he gets a nice line through Stadium. Looks like he does. Goes through the last 2 corners now. Be decent on the power here. Don't get too greedy. He's held it well. Yeah, 15.4.
Not bad.
Puts him in P10. Isn't a bad place to be sitting.
Definitely not.
And it's an interesting strategy because I feel like everyone is going to be wanting to get in the top 10, but only convincingly. So I feel like if you're too far back on your quali warm softs, you're going to get swallowed by the medium runners towards the end of your stint. It's such a long run down to the first corner that you really want to bank on the softs getting you there as quickly as possible. It's the best place to make up positions.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where passing happens on more than just the straights this race.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to get some moves into turn 4. Definitely. Maybe some moves into the stadium section first right-hander. After that DRS straight as well. We all know that it's just going to mainly be the main straight.
Yep, keeping it
Undercut
clean,
is
turn 4, pretty tough to do because of the quick right afterwards.
There it is, definitely. Who have we got on a lap at the moment? Frederick Ellis is bailed.
Yep.
So we have the second Alpine here going through the S section at the moment. Very nicely done, actually.
Starting his hot lap here. Going to follow him around the track.
Got a bit bumpy in the stadium sections, invalidated as well, so there won't be an improvement there for the Alpine. Okay, so we've got Tuka in the lobby. He's actually on an outlap at the moment, so I got that one wrong.
Oh wow, he's actually out. Okay.
Globetrotter's retired on the main straight. I can't see how.
Yeah, I can't quite see it either. I missed it on stream here and can't see where he is from the pits. So
Yeah, I wouldn't really expect a retirement there, so bit of a surprise. We've got just going to be on board with Owen here at the moment, going through the second sector, the S's again.
currently improving.
Seems to be where I'm catching everyone at the moment. Has to lift off slightly, which is pretty normal.
Yep.
10th and a half up at the moment. It's going to be on board for a good B12, B11. It's not a bad place to start. Very tight lines to finish. Actually, goes P8.
Great lap. Wow. And now I'm going to catch the PC2 champions hot lap as he begins.
I'm really interested to see what he can do. All the cards getting out of the way for him.
So kind.
Just looks like a PC2 opening lap, to
And
be honest.
I believe.
Easily done.
The pressure of PC1.
Enough time to do another lap.
Definitely.
At least he invalidated early on in the lap as well. His tyres are going to be just as fresh, pretty much.
We have the Alfa Romeo coming around again. Already 3/10 better than last time. Looking very good for a...
Yeah, Tom was leaving nothing to chance this time. Hooks it into this
like he was 3 times
tricky second sector here.
I think he took that a bit wider than he normally did. Might have lost a little bit of time. Keeps it very clean through.
Yeah, very tidy.
And his lap
10th
is
and a
improved.
half up. Still would be provisional P1. Keep it tidy through here. A little bit bumpy through the right-hander, but shouldn't lose in time. There we are. 114.7. So I actually may have lost him a tenth there. Just going over that curb, but still
a great lap.
P1 provisionally. Jacob Mickelson, who, well, invalidated his previous hot laps, about to go round again for another one. And we have a retirement from Compass in P3.
Oh wow, yeah.
One of the Williams. Let's sit on board with Jacob now in the Ferrari. Let's see what he can do. Hasn't got a lot of time to find, but he still has to push like hell because he's got. Marvin Murr's actually not going to improve. Nathan Powers is on a lap. I'm going to stay on board with Jacob Mickelson here and see what he does. He's coming up to his first sector split now. 2 tenths up.
Wow.
Okay. He's got a very nice entry through turn 4 as well.
Following a Haas around the bend and invalidates final corner. Okay.
Oh, unlucky. So Nathan Powers stays P5 here. Jacob Mickelson now going through the S's. Very tight lines. I like this a lot. There's a little bit ride on that last right-hander, but seems to carry a lot of speed anyway. 10th and a half up. Still good enough for P1 if he can just hold it through this last sector. Hooks it in nicely. Takes a nice wide line there. Doesn't get up on the curve like Tom did. This might be a pole lap. Just hold it through here. Take the tight line. His teammate was...
There it is.
Oh, God. I was not expecting to see the second Ferrari there. But yeah, that's...
The Red Bull moves up 2 spots coming around that final bend there. It's fantastic.
The last one to come across the line. Oh, Tuka is...
Taking
having a chill
having a go.
This is his victory lap.
Yep, analyzing the track because he hasn't raced it yet this weekend. So,
Definitely not.
checking for stones.
Seeing if there's any front wings he should be aware of. They might not have cleaned up our mess last race. Just coasts into the pits. So we have
This is a
the
fairly
end
easy
of quali.
track to keep clean, I think. There shouldn't be too many safety cars, if any at all, as long as everyone races pretty well. But penalties will be quite hefty. Even in PC1, I believe there will be quite a few given out.
Yeah, definitely. I think at least the first lap and perhaps any safety car restarts as well might be a bit sketchy. And that's only really because you've got big, long, straight, 3 tight corners that pinch cars off the road, and then big, long, straight, more tight corners that pinch cars off the road. So if we're going to see carnage, It's probably going to be lap 1 carnage.
Exactly.
But that's our grid. So we'll run through the grid in just a moment. Front row, we have Jacob Mickelson and Tom Moira. Hampus in the Williams, one of today's reserves, gets a very good P3. Marvin Murr P4. And then we have a Haas third row, Nathan Powers and Globetrotter. And then we have Marco in the Red Bull. The second Ferrari of Mateusz Jurgil. And then Owen and Mateusz Jelinek rounding out the top 10. I'm just gonna... I don't want to miss any race director whatsoever. So I'm just going to get some screenshots for us real quick. I don't think it matters in qualifying, but best be safe than sorry. It'll be interesting to see what everyone outside of the top 10 does. I think we're going to see a split strategy between mediums and softs with it being such a long run to the first corner.
Yep, from following other leagues as well in higher tiers, it looks like softs, mediums to softs is typically the go-to, unless you think you can pull off a one-stop, which is pretty difficult around Mexico. You burn out that front left quite quickly.
Yeah. The general consensus for Mexico, I found, is you take your first set of softs and you just fight for whatever position you get, and then you're cruising on the mediums.
That's it.
Trying to get an undercut on anyone who's close near you, and then you just sprint on the softs at the end on low fuel. Go for a fastest lap. Provided we don't have any safety cars, I reckon that's what a lot of drivers will do. I think most of it's just going to come down to who gets the best undercut, who gets the best medium stint.
Definitely.
So I don't think traffic is going to be much of an issue around Mexico, because I don't think anyone's...
the least penalties.
Yeah, no, that's what I was exactly
It's
going to be the race.
Up 6 or 7 places.
Yeah.
So we know the power of not having any penalties.
I'm normally the one to get some form of penalties, but I didn't get any warnings for the first 30 laps, and then I got all 3 in the next 2. Jacob Mickelson leading them away on the formation lap. Yeah. Decent weather by the looks of things. Not sure if that's cloud or if that's just the general haziness you get from this camera angle. Actually, no, there are some clouds. I'm just on board with the lead car at the moment. It's overcast, albeit still sunny, so I'm not sure what the weather's going to do. And I'm not sure if I want to find out, because if it does rain, then that is going to be quite something. Let's see what our drivers have chose for tyres. Actually, most of the outside of the top 10 have opted for the mediums. We've got
Yep.
Obviously, all of our top 10 who qualified on soft starting on their used softs.
Looking like
Frederick Ellison P11. He's on the mediums. Yep. We only have 2 soft runners of one of the Alpines, and then Matty in the
starts 15th as well, just due to actually completing a lap at the end.
I don't, because I think he started P15 last time.
Yep.
Yesterday and then won, so can imagine just Adam at the back, PC2 commentator, thinking, I swear to God, if Tuca wins from P15 again in PC1.
He doesn't want to say his name ever again. Now he has to see it in his own races. So
AWS predicted strategy. 2 sets of softs and a set of mediums, or 2 sets of softs and hards. I doubt we're seeing hards. And you can do a one-stop soft medium if you're careful. So I doubt we're seeing the hards. Just waiting for the last few cars to line up on the grid. Okay, and we're waiting for the lights now. So we have 5 red lights. And it's go for PC1. Let's see who gets the best start there. Looks like Nathan Powers in the Haas.
Oh my goodness.
Coming through on the what will be the outside is actually maybe going to go straight to P1 here. We've got Tom Moira defending the inside from Jacob Mickelson. We've got Marvin Murr trying to get a piece of the inside as well. We have yellow flags. We've got 2 cars off. That is Luke Mills. Oh, Globetrotter's retired as well, but there is also...
Mickelson hits the wall.
Williams at the back. Oh my goodness me, it's carnage everywhere. I can't keep up. I cannot keep up.
There's a safety car already.
Lord.
This is
Okay. Right.
I'm unsure
Adam
how.
Sostak's not got a front wing. Matty Foon, the Williams is actually seemingly barely any
wing right now.
damage.
Absolute chaos.
Adam Lapidge hasn't got a front wing. He's left the session. Tuca seems alright. P10.
Tuca has a good chance of winning this race, it looks like now. Okay.
Oh, God. I'm just going to go on race director and just...
but there was absolute chaos everywhere.
Yeah. So...
see what the chat is saying here.
So... That was something.
Reset. Okay.
Okay.
That's good to know.
I'm glad that's not what our race is gonna be.
Had me scared.
I was a bit worried. I was gonna say it seemed a bit uncharacteristic. Also explains why pretty much everyone has left the session as well. But well, stay tuned. Let's hope that
Well, I was excited for that. That was some absolute chaos in PC1.
Wow. I think that is the most chaotic race start I've seen.
I couldn't catch it all. It was happening everywhere.
I was about to go through all the penalties, but now it just now it makes sense. We've got the lobby restart. Everyone is just driving for the sake of driving, I guess. Okay, so right, go back onto PC1 chat real quick. Ay, ay, ay. Right, well, That was interesting. I'm still getting over it, to be honest.
I
I know
I have
it's
full
like,
expectations that that will happen every single week when I'm in the race, and I just wasn't expecting it right off the hop of a PC1
yeah,
start.
yeah,
You
that was
never know. There could
surprising.
have been disconnects. There could have been people glitching out, like Ryan last week or yesterday. So
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Paul Ryan actually is 2 weeks in a row of some form of latency issue. So we're just going to be waiting for the standings and everything to get set. All the lobby settings, the race, and everything as well.
yep,
So yeah, while we're waiting, um, we're now going to have all of the top 10 on Fresh Softs,
yes,
which yeah, it's going to be slightly longer first stints. The regular strategy is all going to be the same. Nathan Powers, though, unfortunately, is not going to see the rewards of that superstar.
yeah. Let's hope he can get back at that again. That was
Yeah, I hope
a
so.
fantastic start.
He was P5 and pretty much led into turn one.
Yep.
That is really all it's going to be to begin with. Who gets the best start? Because if someone from the third row can get into pretty much P1, then yeah, who knows who's going to be leading this race after those first three corners. Okay, so we've got. Looks like it's going to be a bit over 5 minutes until we get back into the runnings of things. So I'm just going to quickly go through the standings
For sure.
real quick. So for anyone who's been keeping on board with PC1, you won't be surprised to hear that Mateusz Gola is leading the championship for the Alpine team on 201 points. It's not starting today's race, hence why we've got a reserve. Well, a reserve. The PC2 champion taking the reins of what will probably be the PC1 champion's race car. P2, and this is where it starts to get interesting. This is where it starts to get close. Tom Moira in the Alfa Romeo on 115 points. 12 points ahead of Marek in in P3, but he's a reserve driver now, so probably not going to be challenged, at least by him for P2. The best chance is going to be, well, and Dino, one of the PC2 commentators in the second Alpine, isn't racing today either. So we've got.
Oh, so we actually have two reserves in Alpines today.
Yeah, both of them are reserves. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for the constructors. I mean, they've got a 130-point gap and are pretty much untouchable at this point, but yeah, it'll just be fun to see what happens. And Ferrari in the last four races have only managed to score a single point. So with Mickelson on pole, let's just hope they can have a good showing today.
Definitely,
Speaking of
they really need it for their
Ferrari,
constructors as well.
yeah, at the moment their lead driver of Mateusz Jurgiel is P5 in the standings, equal with Frederick Ellis in the AlphaTauri, both of which are starting today. One of the Red Bulls not starting today either. And then we have the first McLaren of Luke Mills in P8. And he's on 79 points. Yeah, actually, I'm just looking from P4 down to about P8. There's literally like 7 points gap. So P4 is very much up for grabs. It'll be interesting to
It's actually a
see.
tight race.
Yeah. And P3 actually may be up for grabs as well, because Marek is now a reserve.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. See how that unfolds. Remember, these guys are racing Japan.
Oh, that's right.
After
Yes. They
Brazil,
have one extra race.
so Brazil won't be the finale for these guys. They've actually got 4 races left. With pretty much everyone from P4 to P8 being less than 20 points behind P3. It'll be a very interesting fight to see who can snatch it.
Definitely. And with both Ferraris actually being in this race, the 2 Alpines being out, they have some good chances at gaining some ground for what looks like third place in the standings here.
Yeah, definitely. And
especially
with Alpine being 2 reserve drivers, they might not score as heavily as they have done for the constructors. So they you might see some big swings in the P2 to P5 fight as far as points goes. If the higher points are up for offer now, then it'll be fun. That's all I'm trying to say. It'll be fun.
Definitely.
I
just love racing. You know?
It's
always so
so
exciting to
good.
watch.
It's so good. Because you can never quite tell what's going to happen. That's what I really like about league racing, specifically in any game. It's the closest thing that there is to a spec series, because the game is literally giving everyone the exact same car.
Right.
And the only thing that you can do is set the car up as well as you can and drive as well as you can, and then just hope for the best. Which is what I like. Like every single division that we have in ERO, which is 7 of us, be 8 of next season.
Yep.
Have really, really close racing. And I'm sure that's why everyone is here, and that's what everyone loves mostly, is that there's just really, really close racing. So let's have a little look. We are about to go. So everyone is readied up. So we're gonna have I'm not sure. We probably have another formation lap. Just for everyone to tire warm, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna keep an eye on the PC1 chat though, just to make sure that just to make sure that everyone gets their setups and everything done.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of setups, actually, Mexico is it's a funny one. It's a very funny one. It's almost like Spa when it comes to setting the car up.
Yeah, you have 2 pretty solid options. You either do very well through Sector 2, or you do very well through Sector 1 and most of Sector 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, the straight line speed is very good for getting past people, but
Yeah.
Sector 2 is also where you make up most of your time outside of a DRS train.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be interesting to see. Personally, I prefer as low of a drag setup as I can get away with enough rear wing to keep the car stable. Which I think is a relatively conventional setup. So I'm just wondering what everyone else will go for. We'll see it soon enough when we get the DRS turned on and everyone decides to fly past one another. We do
Right.
have a second formation lap. So, once again, Jacob Mikkelsen leads them away. We have... I think we have a couple of people outside of the top 10 starting on softs, when I'm pretty sure they are on mediums, so
I think
that
there's
might
be two
be...
other people.
Yeah. How many... Oh no, we have... Oh, you've got to switch your screen to
I've
the
got it.
race.
We're good. There's so many things for me to keep track of right now. I'm trying to fix my
That's all good.
microphone. I'm trying to do this and
Yes, it's all good. It's all good. Thankfully, it's the formation lap. But
exactly.
so we have Johnny in the Red Bull, who wasn't here for the first race start, but has managed to get in for this one. He starts last, so he gets a complete free choice of tyres because he never locked that in, so he wasn't here for the first run. And I think Adam Sostak is now running softs when he was running mediums. I'm just going to double check. Yeah. So I'm not sure if it matters because they would have had a free choice of tyres anyway. But at least we have the top 10 all running the same compound.
Exactly. But
Now,
it's just mostly. I think it's two people from the back. It looks like. I think Maddie was always on them. Maddie Fu. I'm not
yeah,
sure. It's hard to
he
have
was.
many things on one screen.
What?
Um,
Oh, it's going to be another interesting one. What I would give to have another chaotic race start. I shouldn't say that, but
you shouldn't say
that
it.
was fun. Right, okay. We're about to get going here once again. We have the 5 red lights, 5 lights, and it goes straight away for the PC1 Mexican Grand Prix. Jacob Mikkelsen has a better start. Nathan Powers, again, pretty quick off the line. He's already made up 2 spots, going for a third. We have 3 wide into turn 1. Mikkelsen, Tom Moira, and Nathan Powers. 4 wide with the Aston Martin of Marvin Murr getting involved. They managed to keep it relatively clean. Mikkelsen makes the first corner first, followed by Tom Moira. We have a Haas spinning at the back there. That's Globetrotter. Okay, that's a much better start than last time. I managed to keep track of everything, which is good. We have a few position changes already. We've got Martin Horak or Matty Fuzi may show on stream. He's made up 2 positions. He goes into the middle sector here. It's a lot of people jockeying for position. I'd imagine the main priority at the moment is just keeping it clean, keeping your wing in check. Out the front, we have a little bit of a breakaway from the top 3, actually. They managed to keep it clean through the middle sector. They've got no one in front of them. Okay, we're just seeing... I just want to see if anyone pulls into the pits here. We have Adam Lapidge slowing down to let the McLaren and the Aston Martin go through.
Yep.
I'm just going to see if anyone pulls into the pits for damage.
Looks like Adam may be doing so.
Oh no.
Nope. He's staying in.
Globetrotter's the only one. That's not a surprise. He was the one who was spun around at the
Big battle going into turn 1.
turn 2 exit.
Oh, Haas off again. Might have been
Oh, that's Nathan Powers. He's that may just be avoiding action.
Yes, I think that's exactly what it was. Might be a little
He's being
dive
eyed
bomb
up
here.
by the reserve here.
Oh, no.
Is he switching
Oh,
round?
Marcos spins out. He's coming back on.
And it really just shows how long the Mexico pit lane is, because Globetrotter is only now running down to the first corner. Oh, we have Jacob Mikkelsen. He's retired. He's spun. And that is a virtual safety car just to slow everything down a little bit there.
Wow.
Unlucky. And again, it's just those curbs on the first part of the S section that very volatile. You have to be especially careful on heavy fuel as well.
Absolutely.
They will just reject the car. That is the first retirement of the session and the first, safety car or VSC.
And not good for the constructors. We still have one Ferrari in, but
That is true,
two of
yeah.
them in for the points would have been
Got
key.
all of the heavy lifting to do now for the Ferrari and P4. Both Alfa Romeos are in the top 10 at the moment. The VSC has ended on the main straight. We have further back a three-way battle. We've got Tuca, Johnny, and Jackie in the Mercedes. All kept it relatively clean. I don't think at this point they want to do too much battling. So they are dropping off the back of the second Alpine reserve, who's in the P11 at the moment.
Already have our first penalty on our first place person currently.
Oh, no. Okay, that is not what you want to see if you're leading a Grand Prix.
Definitely not. He is starting to pull away, so he's out of the DRS.
And the intervals have gone.
Oh my goodness, he hits the wall coming through. Not sure if that's a
That's one of our Alpine reserves, unfortunately, suffering the same fate, albeit a couple of corners later. That Jacob Mickelson suffered, and we have Matty now with second of the 3-second penalties being dished out today. I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone get about 12, maybe 15 seconds worth of penalties.
Great pass for
it's anything like yesterday. Here we have a massive breakaway from the top two here. 3 seconds back to Owen in the McLaren. Nathan Powers P4. So it's all calmed down a bit now.
Definitely.
Everyone is just settling into the race. It's our first DRS lap, so we're probably going to start seeing some trains. Just when it couldn't get worse for Ferrari.
As far as position
we have a time penalty.
Owen coming up 6 places so far, in third.
Very nice. Yeah. On Humpus with a 3-second penalty as well. They're coming in thick and fast. Oh no. Oh, and another one. Adam Sostak as well. Stop it, please.
It's begun.
That's already 5 different drivers with penalties on 4 laps, so... I can understand the ultimate pursuit of speed. And I know this track is a bit sus when it comes to track limits in certain areas, but ultimately we have 31 laps of this race remaining. You've got to be thinking of your finishing position right from the start. I think those who manage to get as few penalties as possible will benefit from that at the end.
And he makes it happen.
Very nice. Wow. So Tuca's up to P12. Yep. It's got a bit of an air gap to make to the second Alpha Tauri. Jackie is actually just... Yeah, he's just following him through. Doesn't want to spend tire life just yet. Here we have Tom at the front, slowly building that gap back to Marvin Murr and the Aston Martin. Ultimately, these guys are going to have all the choice in the world when it comes to when they make their first pit stop, because they have got a decent gap to Owen and P3. The undercut's powerful, but not 3 seconds worth of powerful. Just checking a little bit further down the field. Looks like Adam Lapidge just dropped off the back of this back train at the moment. Looking to just close that gap a bit. It's never bad to run in clear air around here.
Great move for third place coming right now. Wow.
Well, they are battling a little bit for it as they go too wide. 1, 2, lovely. That's what we like to see. Exactly. Nice, good battle between Owen and Nathan, 2 former PC2 drivers, actually. Always very exciting to watch, especially when they're fighting each other. Just looking at everyone else. We're seeing the same sort of thing happen here as we've seen for most of the other races. Just different DRS trains forming. We've got...
I'd see a pass back for third coming on this home straight. If the Haas can
It'd be
keep
interesting to
tight
see what
enough around
happens.
last corner.
One thing I just want to point out quickly is we have Frederick Ellis currently in DRS range of one of the soft running Red Bulls.
Yeah.
And he's got 2.5 seconds to his teammate, which is the next medium runner, so
This soft running Red
keep
Bull
an
is
eye out for him this race.
11 positions right now.
Jesus Christ.
Having a great race so far.
He really is. Seemingly unfazed by Frederick Ellis in that Alpha Tauri.
And another battle coming into turn 4. Oh. I love wheel to wheel.
Wheel to wheel is so
Hampus
great.
is
We've still
catching
got...
up in 5th place because of
Yeah, we had Owen and Nathan close to each other throughout that start of the second sector. Four seconds is the gap now between Marvin Moore and Owen in the McLaren. Nathan Barrett's going for the pass around the outside. Can they go too wide?
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Good respect by both drivers there.
Definitely.
And Owen leaving Nathan the room to get the run on the outside. Owen's actually diving down the inside now. Don't want to compromise your run to the main straight too much, yeah, because Humpers may have a run on both of them now.
Exactly.
Owen's going to get DRS as well as Humpers, but Humpers going to have that speed from having a good exit, so we may see... Owen's still currently in front. Humpers is... Yeah, if Humpers had made more ERS, he may have made the double pass there, but he gets past
loses 2 spots
Nathan.
almost from that.
I think I'd start working together if I were these guys.
Definitely.
So I got 4 seconds up to the next car in front, and then a further 2.5 seconds now to Tom Moira and the Alfa Romeo. So he's nearly cleared that 3-second penalty already. The softs are going to start dying off pretty soon. I reckon we'll see some people pit maybe lap 10 to lap 12.
Tuka just passed a soft driver for 11th place, or sorry, medium driver for 11th place, so he's now second for medium runners.
Globetrotter's retired. He's retired in the pits, so he may have had some unfixable damage there, unfortunately.
Yeah, hard race so far for him.
Frederick Ellis has got a 3-second time penalty now as well. He's actually dropped off at the back of Johnny in this Red Bull, so maybe the softs have still got some life in them after all. I think those, especially at the front, if they can extend their first soft stint as much as they can, then I'm sure they will. Humpers sizing up Owen into turn 1. Has the inside line. They're side by side. Humpers going for the switchback. Double switchback. And Nathan Powers says hello. Actually gets a 3-second penalty for that. So I'm not sure if that was because of the contact or the move itself. Hopefully no damage for these drivers here as Humpers is pushing Nathan through this second sector.
Happy about that move. We'll see if he can keep his composure here.
Yeah, it did look like he caught him by surprise. Nathan is... I hope he doesn't have damage. I hope he's just kind of...
Doesn't seem like it so far.
Collecting himself. He's dropped off the back of Owen.
There he goes.
So I'm wondering... Maybe an unscheduled pit stop. We'll have to wait and see. We have...
See if our Alpha comes in. No. Not too concerned about an undercut yet.
I don't think I would be. I think... we have a yellow flag.
Looks like we have Austin Martin.
Adam Sostak. I wonder what's happened there. Yeah, Nathan Powers in the pit, so he must have had front wing damage. It's an unscheduled stop. It's a bit early. I mean, not bad for going onto your second set of tyres anyway, but...
Getting his front wing changed.
Yeah, with a wing change to boot, it's not ideal.
It's okay.
I had
changed.
this yesterday. Pitting a bit earlier than planned and having to change the wing kind of cuts any undercut you could ever hope for. And then you're on worse tyres as well.
Yes,
So
definitely. Two guys who
on the
just
bright
recently passed on
side,
Frederick.
Jesus, he's rapid. He's in the top 10.
Top 10.
He's the lead medium runner as well.
Exactly.
PC2 champion really flexing his muscles at this stage. We'll see if he can close up to the Red Bull of Johnny and P8.
This may get passed back on the DRS, but looks like he's actually pulling away right now through the S's here. Has a bit more grip, it seems.
Adam Stack as well. It's just come out of the pits and imagine for a wing change and some new tyres. Well, Nathan Powers is it's dropped it somewhere in the entry of the second sector. It's half spun, so his tyres might be a bit more cooked than planned. Adam Lapidge is our next victim for the time penalties. Okay, and our first soft runners are in. With Owen and Matty Fu getting offered these tyres, so they're not the biggest fans. They're all going for this undercut. Can't say I blame them, because if they get into at least the DRS of Marvin Murr, then they're winning. Really, they've both gone on to mediums. I think, yeah, I think if I were Marvin, I'd pit this lap, and if I were Tom, I'd anticipate Marvin pitting this lap, and I would also go in this lap. It'll be interesting to see what they do, because they have got a lead to protect. We have a little argy-bargy battle between Matty Fu and Adam Lapidge in the first three corners. Matty going for the move. I'm sure Adam on his older tyres will not try to put too much of a fight up. As I say that,
keeping it tight.
He escapes contact, that's for sure. Just fair enough. And they are a bit away from the rest of the packs. You may as well fight the one guy who's coming through.
We have a couple guys in the front getting squirrely on softs here.
Absolutely. Tom Moira and Marvin have both decided to extend their first soft stint, so seemingly unfazed by the undercut. We are seeing actually. Actually, oh no.
Marcos goes in for a pit.
Owen and Matty both have clean air, so they must still be comfortable with their soft tire life. I'm just interested to see what the gap is. There's currently a 26.5-second gap between Tom Moira and Owen. Just the lead initial top soft runner to have pitted. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw both Tom Moira and Marvin Murr pit this lap.
Yeah, I think the max range you want to go on softs is probably 13 laps.
Yeah.
Leaves you plenty of time for your mediums to run and then have a very fast finish on softs.
Definitely. They're staying out again.
Yeah, everybody's staying out.
Fair enough.
Oh, here we go. We got a Red Bull coming in, and Hump is coming in as well. The Alfa Romeo is looking very strong right now.
Yeah, they have got really good track position at the moment. We have Tuca just coming up onto the back of Frederick Ellis in the Alpha Towers. They're having a bit of a ding-dong at the moment. Maybe just slingshotting each other.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They've been battling the last 3 or 4 laps.
Let's hope they just keep it neat and tidy where they need to and DRS train each other.
I believe
closer
Tuca's
to the front.
Yesterday was a one-stop, running the mediums long, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I think so, actually.
Yeah, so we may see the same thing out of him again this race.
Yeah, the one-stop is doable, that's for sure. And to be honest, we may even see these lead cars doing the same thing.
Yep.
Converting their strategy to a one-stop. I mean, it's now a 24.5-second gap from Tom to Owen. So, Tom and Marvin, they're losing about a second a lap.
Freddie comes into pit.
I think the one stop might be the way to go because looking at where they come out, there's quite a lot of traffic.
Yep.
So if they're going to negotiate traffic, they may as well just extend their softs far enough to do a one stop and only do it once. We have a fastest lap of 1:17.4 coming in from Marcos on his fresh soft tyres.
McLaren's very tight on Jackie right now. Owen with
Watching.
very fresh mediums.
I think Owen and Luke swapped at some point. Bit of team strategy with Owen on the fresher tyres. I think the people who have boxed, or at least a few laps ago, they're set for a two-stop.
Definitely. Ooh, Ferrari one's wide coming into the stadium.
Okay. Tom is in for his stop now from P1.
It's good.
Marvin's staying out for another lap.
See the Ferrari
What a
come
warrior.
in as well.
We have the second Alfa Romeo staying out as well, but his teammate was in the box, so probably didn't want to risk any hold-up. Yeah, these guys on the softs, no warning lights, just slippery tyres at this point.
And Owen did get past the Mercedes there. Smooth sailing right now.
Yeah, definitely.
See how the undercut happened and how it worked. See how much time
Yeah,
he
for
made
sure. I think Tom's safe because he had that 3-second gap to Marvin.
Oh,
Marvin might be unsafe.
Owen is only almost 3 seconds back.
Yeah.
I think he was a bit further than that actually as well, so he did gain a bit of time. And
yeah,
another penalty.
Oh no, just 6 seconds for Tom now. I think at the start of this, Owen was about 6.5, maybe 7 seconds behind Tom, who is our provisional leader at the moment.
Owen clean on penalties, however, so.
Marvin in the pits. Let's see where he comes out. I think that's what we have to look at this point. The penalties once again. And Tom's teammate as well. Mateusz Jelenecki's in the pits. Getting off those 15-lap holds off. It's pretty good.
Tuco, where he loves to be.
For God's sake. Oh, he hasn't made a stop yet. Come on. Stop. Can this man slow down?
He just chooses not to at this point. I think that's it.
Yeah. I can't blame him. If I was that quick, I wouldn't stop. We have... Yeah, Tom Moira is going to be pushing Tuca through this middle sector. 15-lap difference between the two medium compounds there.
Ready to catch and take first place back right now, however, so.
It's going to be even more interesting for Owen and Marvin, because... Yeah. Oh, no, okay. Stadium. Tom didn't lose too much time.
Nope.
Tuca actually managed to hold fairly firm.
Through DRS there.
Yeah. So he's traded pretty evenly. And now just going to be a case for the other runners of where they catch Tuca. They don't want to get him like Tom did at the start of Sector 2 and then just have to agonizingly follow through. Tom's already cleared over a second from Tuca. I think Tuca may not have got DRS even.
Marvin, ready to pass Owen here. There it is. So gets his spot back.
I mean, interesting battle. Very interesting fight, because it may well be that Tom ends up losing because of penalties, and then Marvin and Owen.
Absolutely, Marvin losing a bit of grip coming through turn 4. I'd give Owen a great run coming into the S's. Overall, no DRS trains really available at all right now.
No, not really.
It's quite the spread.
Everyone's kind of just outside of a second from each other. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Owen and Marvin decide to do, because they'll want to close this gap up to Tom, just so they can be within Tom's penalty. So naturally, the best thing to do would be able just to slingshot each other with DRS, but then they're both on here for position, and the two of my favorites to win this race.
Oh, so fast.
Jesus. Humpers is making it look easy down the straights. Looking very, very fast.
Doing a great job.
I think as it currently stands, Owen, if he is going for a two-stop, maybe drowning. Because he's already on 6-lap-old mediums. Everyone in front of him is on fresher tyres. And he may have to make another stop. Adam Lepage gets another 3-second time penalty. So yeah, 6 cars have managed to stay penalty-free at the moment.
Quite impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Especially when your tires start to wear a bit more. You know, you got Tuca on 17-lap-old mediums.
Yeah.
I believe that's Luke on 17-lap-old mediums.
Yeah, he is,
Probably on the same strategies, so
Jackie
having
as
no
well.
penalties there is quite impressive, actually. Did I just see some ghosting through Luke Mills right there?
Yeah, he's left the session. I think he's just relaunched his game, so that is unfortunate.
It is.
He's
Bots
only
are not good.
7.5, 8 seconds behind his teammate, with maybe a pit stop in hand. So let's hope he gets back behind that wheel soon. He's dropping down the order, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Adam Sostak gets another 3-second penalty. Yeah, I think at this point, if you can just stay near the front and penalty free, you stand a very good chance in this race.
Yeah, so
We are over halfway through at the moment.
Quite a few
Actually,
people
we're only halfway through with these penalties.
Our leader currently with 6 seconds, and then all the way back to 10th, it's only 3 seconds. Actually, Maddie in 7th has 6 seconds as well, but top 10 right now, as it stands, is currently pretty clean.
Yeah, definitely. Marcos has managed to get past Jackie there. In stadium section, actually. Must have got him on that little hairpin. Oh, we have a crash, and
it's an AlphaTauri.
I think I saw him reset to track, but I'm not 100% sure. Looks like he drilled it into the wall, spun sideways, and then magically happened to be okay on the racing line on that main straight. So
didn't quite catch that, but
either way, unfortunate for this driver, he may have wing damage.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, and he may have 180'd it and, you know, got lucky, but it'll be interesting to see. Going back near the front.
He's starting to lose a bit of time here. I think he might consider pitting in the next 3 laps or so.
Yeah.
We get another penalty.
I think if I were him, I'd probably extend until, depending on how well he can keep a hold of his tyres, maybe lap 22 to 24 before pitting. So be on lower fuel for their third soft stint, and pretty much everyone has still got to make another pit stop. With the exception of Mateusz Jelinek and Marvin. Oh, and Tom. Anyway, a lot of people still got to make a stop.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 people, it looks like, that still really need to stop. And
oh, yeah, definitely.
just extending. Going for the one stop, definitely.
It must get pretty sketchy through the S's at this point for your average run-of-the-mill 20-lap old medium tyre. I'm just going to stay on top board with Tuka here and just see what extra work he has to do to make it through. It just seems like a lot of lifting.
Yeah. Lifted hard going into the second set of S.
Owen pulling onto the back of Tuka. See if he can make up 3 temps in the stadium section. Luke Mills with a 3-second penalty, which leaves 5 penalty-free drivers left. Owen's missed DRS on Tuka, I think, by the looks of things. I might be wrong. Oh, Tuka's in the pits anyway. Okay.
Okay. 14 laps on mediums. Or soft, sorry.
Should be fine. Lower fuel. Car's much lighter, so I doubt he'll be wearing those tyres out too much. And he ran the softs at Spa way longer than anyone thought he would as well, so he's good at looking after his tyres. He's going to emerge
3 soft runners in front of him.
just ahead of the Ferrari. Can he hold it? Yeah, okay, so we've got Tuka P13. Just. That was close. And Matthias Schergil just behind in the Ferrari and Lewis in the AlphaTauri. Okay, so I reckon Tuka's just going to pull away from these guys and see what he can do. He's got to find a lot of time. He's no stranger to a surge through the field, so I'd imagine he'd be on the back of this mid-pack train within 4 or 5 laps.
And there's our 5th driver. That was
Oh no, we're down to 4.
Oh,
we have yellow flag sector 1. Oh, Johnny, no! That is unfortunate. Let's see if I can get a view of what happened here. I'm just on board with Matty Fu now to see. Oh.
May have locked up.
He either locked up or was battling someone. I'm not too sure with that. It's very unlucky.
Bit of Ryan Chapman lag, possibly. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Usually you don't go that deep unless you...
He's going to get so annoyed that not only is he known for being a TT bandit, he's also known for lag. Just trying to have a look on the stream to see if I can figure out what went on with Johnny. Oh. It's hard to tell. Very hard to tell.
Well, this is a safety car too, so we'll see what people's strategies are. It looks like we're going to have most of the soft runners that have been going long coming in.
Okay, so that's interesting. I'm just running the stream footage back just so I can look on the map and see what happens. It looks like Johnny gets on the back of
all of our leaders came in.
Another car. May have just overshot the corner. I'm not too sure. It'll be interesting to see what that was all about.
Mediums.
Everyone is going to be stopping. This is a godsend for anyone who hasn't pitted yet.
This is great for Tuka, actually.
Yeah, really not bad for him at all.
And he's out on fresh softs. He can really baby them for the next 2 laps, probably around with a safety car as well. So.
Oh, he's a lucky boy.
Yeah.
Currently, we have... Of course it would be. Tuka is up 10 places in this race, with now pretty even standing to his rivals.
Exactly, yeah. He has 1 medium runner in front, so he might gain some pace and pass Owen pretty quickly off the start. penalties. Quite a few people now at 6 seconds.
Yeah, so as we were discussing earlier, it is an easy track for it to happen.
Absolutely. If you're fighting, you get pushed off and you get a warning pretty easily at that point.
Yeah.
Even pushing a bit too hard through the S's, it's so simple just to lose a tire and go over. So
Yeah, definitely. We've got Owen in the pits again.
yeah, okay.
I think he may have got the wrong tire choice.
Yeah, he just went on softs now, so definitely didn't want
He
those
may
first
have
mediums.
may have suffered the fate of not being able to choose what you get once you're actually in the pit lane. So the game just doesn't let you sometimes. That's really unfortunate for the McLaren driver there, down to P15. Just waiting for Adam Sostak to get to the back of this train now.
Dave? Still commentating.
So as it stands, how does this look for our constructors' changes?
Hang on, I'll be back in just one moment. I'll be real quick.
Looks like as it stands, actually, the Alfa Romeos and the Aston Martins are going to see the biggest changes here. Definitely take off from the Ferraris. Just one Red Bull in points. Looks like the Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeos are definitely going to be the ones battling for second place after today. Going around one more lap. So this is actually great for Tuca. Gained almost 7 places, I think. Just because everyone pit. A 5-second penalty, that might be taken away. I'm not sure what happened there. I kind of missed that.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries. There was a 5-second penalty just given out to the Red Bull in 5th here. I'm not sure
Oh,
if
damn.
he got hit
Yes,
or if he actually hit Tuca, but
I mean, they're usually silly penalties.
yeah,
So hopefully that will just get
possibility of taking
removed if
away,
it is.
exactly.
Safety car is in this lap, so we are about to go underway. Looks like Tom is gone. Dropped Marvin a bit, actually. Maybe caught him out with cold tyres. So everyone is just single file down the main straight. I don't think there's going to be any moves. As Nathan Powers goes for a move on Adam, he's decided not to. Frederick Ellis has managed to get past Luke Mills.
too wide into turn 4. Oh, with the lockup. Luke Mills losing it a little bit. And our leader just gained another penalty, 3 seconds. Not good.
Oh no. Especially now, not with the safety car restart. Everyone's really close to each other, so Marvin or Tuca are in the box seat to win this race.
But Tuca's looking like he's in a good spot right now, so.
He does indeed. Marvin as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as 9 laps, including this one, remaining. Everyone is sprinting to the end.
We're in a battle for 10th right now.
And the only thing that may hold Tuca back is the fact that his tires are a couple of laps older.
Turn 1. Oh. Bit of contact.
A 3-way fight at the back. So Owen manages to come out on top of that little battle at the back there. We have Marco and Mateusz Jelinek fighting in the second sector. Whew. We have a 3.5 second gap. With all this fighting that's going on from P5 downwards, we now have the top 4 in a race of their own, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if the mediums were holding up for a little bit and the Alfa Romeo finally got passed, or
yeah. Well, it is all for position at this point.
Exactly.
I think the Alfa Romeo was probably just got into one of those fights which lasted half a lap with one of the medium runners.
Maddie with another penalty, up to 15 seconds just from leaving the track.
No.
I believe that was Owen that just went off in the back.
Oh no. Yeah. It's gone from bad to worse from the McLarens, unfortunately. Luke Mills is once again disconnected.
Ghosted, yep. Looks like there could be a battle for 7th here. Oh, and 3
Jackie
remain without a penalty.
Oh no.
Humpus ready to pass for 2nd place. Just keep it clean, Marvin.
And it is interesting because Tom and Humpus, unless there's some sort of miracle, they're not going to win the race.
That's it.
Because of the penalties. And we now have a straight fight between Marvin and Tuca.
Mercedes and AlphaTauri. Not sure if the Mercedes there and Jackie just lost some wing, but it's
Oh,
and we have a spin out.
That's a spinner.
Tire as well. Safety car.
Another safety car. Who's going to be brave and box? We've only just had one.
I think if you're a front runner with no penalties, you just stay out.
I think it's going to be split decisions here. Humpus is in. I think if I had a penalty that was significant, I'd box and just try and get a fastest lap.
Definitely, yeah. I totally agree, especially if you were up in the 9 seconds.
You're probably only going to have 3 or 4.
So,
yeah. We're probably going to only have 3 or 4 laps of racing left after this.
Yep. So overall, the Aston Martins and the Alfa Romeos are pulling away in constructors for second place now, with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Ferrari being
P1 and
knocked
P.
out.
Well, I say P1 and P4 for Alfa Romeo. Once penalties go out, it might be a bit different, but
This is true.
still, good place on track to be. Marvin P2 with no penalties. So that's going to be a solid finishing position for Aston Martin, regardless of what happens. I'll be right back once again.
Of course. Still racking up penalties underneath the safety car in the back.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. That should be the last time.
All good. Lots of time under a safety car.
Yeah, I'd imagine it will be in at the end of this lap. Everyone's pretty bunched up. I think it's been out for 2 laps as well. We've one last sprint. It'll be very interesting to see what happens because there's not a lot of time to clear any form of gap as far as penalties go, and I don't think we're going to have DRS for any of this either.
Humpus with that pit only dropped to P8.
That's not too bad. There was a bit of an air gap between sort of the lead pack and everyone else, so Humpers may be the big winner here, but
Yeah,
still, he's got penalties to deal with.
he has
He may be able to get a fastest lap.
second behind on the fastest lap currently. We'll see if he can pass it. A 1:15.9 in a race is quite
Damn.
good for the fastest lap from the Alfa Romeo in front. So,
Sheesh. Safety car is in this lap. Now, Tom slow everyone down for a second restart of the race. Oh, he's gone a bit earlier this time. Marvin a bit slow to react again. He's got a decent enough gap back to Tuka. I did briefly see a yellow flag. I think it might have been Humpers. He's now down to P11. Wow, something must have happened with Humpers. He's dropped a few places. Adam Lapich now on the points.
Adam looking great. Unsure of his penalties right now. Not looking at them for time, but only 6 seconds. He could stay exactly where he is right now.
Yeah,
With
I mean, you
penalties hurting in front.
got bigger penalties in front of him, so he may actually jump a driver or two. Jesus. Can already see the top 4 once again. They've dropped Frederick in the AlphaTauri first the medium runners. Only one of 2 medium runners to actually stay out. Everyone else boxed.
Got the McLaren and AlphaTauri. Possible dive? No, keeps it clean. Oh.
Alright, 3 laps to go. Marvin's just staying on the back of Tom. He doesn't really need to do any hard work. Just as long as he keeps Tuca behind.
See how battery's looking for both of them. Looks like Marvin's winning
Tuca's
on
actually
battery
spent
right
a bit
now.
more, yeah. And Tuca's tyres are... They're at a point where they may just start dropping grip. I know we've had like 3 or 4 safety car laps with those, but still 2 full racing laps healthier on the softs of Marvin. It does make a big difference.
At this point, it's their race to lose. 1 penalty cost them.
Yeah.
First
And if
place.
I was Tuca, especially as a reserve, I'd just be thinking, well, I can bring 18 points home for Alpine.
Yep.
And pretty much secure the Constructors' Championship.
Oh, big battle for 10th going on right now, actually. Quite.
Oh my goodness me, yeah, there are. Look at them all. It's a swarm.
Oh. Haas almost losing it.
I think...
And wheel to wheel.
Wheel to wheel, yeah, Owen and the AlphaTauri there. Owen looks to stay in front. AlphaTauri may go for a lunge. Thinks better of it. I think, yeah, actually, Owen is a driver that we should keep an eye on, really, because
lots of
still no
traffic around him
penalties.
right now. It's
He's still within 12 seconds of the leader. He's 9.4 seconds behind Tom with 12 seconds of penalties. So
true, very true.
Just keeping it clean is really going to pay off for these drivers here. It's like Marvin's dropped Tuca a little bit there, which, yeah, I'm not surprised by, to be honest.
This battle for what looks to be 8th place is really heating up. Got some people catching up now. Again.
There's just a train of cars all the way back to P13.
Wow. They've really caught up to 5th place here. So it's just a DRS train all the way up to 5th.
Yeah, Frederick Ellis spending absolutely everything to try and stay ahead here.
Takes first place on the track.
Matty Fu is through for P5. And down the rest of the grid, we have multiple cars round. The Williams of Humpus and Lewis and the AlphaTauri. Oh no.
And we're still going. 4 cars. Freddie almost loses it. Going into turn 5. Oh no. Adam Lapidge just got spun out.
Oh no, not right at the end as well. Absolute chaos in the final lap. What's going on? I was busy looking at Luke Mills and Adam Sostak fighting each other, and then I just see this Mercedes with no front wing. Nathan Powers gets 3 seconds of time penalties right at the death of this race as well. Same with Humpers.
Marvin keeps it clean around the last corner. Takes it home.
Jackie leaving no space.
And there we go. Tsuka, 2nd place.
Jesus. I think Owen may come home for P3. Everyone's getting launched. There's carnage at the end. What is going on? And a session I'm trying to spectate is no longer available.
That's it.
Why does this keep happening?
That was an exciting last lap. Wow. Lots of contact coming in. People, I'm assuming, going for dive bombs, trying to get positions at the end.
That looked like desperate racing. I couldn't quite see what was going on, but it looked like looked like a few people were trying to drive sensibly, and everyone else was just carnage.
Absolutely, the chat is kind of going off right now. There's a few people not happy. Other
I'm
than
not
Marvin,
surprised.
however, Marvin is absolutely ecstatic with his race.
Jeez Louise.
And clean racing. Other than the penalties, of course.
That's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Absolutely. Like our race, I think there's quite a few penalties that are going to be given out after the race here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, we know Marvin got P1, Tuka got P2. I'm hoping, provided everything was clean enough at the back, that Owen managed to snatch P3.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how things panned out. I kind of disconnected right after 3 or 4
Yeah,
people
me
crossed the
too.
line, so.
Yeah, yours DC at the same bit as mine.
Exactly, yeah.
This game, man, honestly, what is this? Just going to quickly hold on for a minute to see if anyone did get the final results. Marvin's pulled through with the results. Okay, so... Oh, this is what he saw before the lobby closed. Marvin's up to P5 finish, which I think is pretty much the same as everyone else. The same with Coutinho as well. That's all I got to see. Was what happened there. I feel like Owen was in the box seat for that final spot on the podium.
I agree. I think because he had no penalties and everyone in front of him had 6 seconds or more.
Yeah.
I think he moves up because he was tight enough.
Yeah, definitely. It's so hard to tell. So there was all that carnage at the back, those 4 cars in the final corner. I think Owen was a part of it, just getting punted.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was quite hectic at turn 4 and 5 there. Lots of people.
Yeah, definitely.
As we know, it's one of the only places to really make a clean move other than the straight. So in the last lap, hell breaks loose.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Yeah, absolutely no idea what went on at the end. I'm not sure if we're going to get any quick results come through. I think it pretty much disconnected everyone at the same time. I'm just looking at it. Looks like Owen got P5.
P5, okay.
With the footage that he sent into one of the chats. Well, I think he lost a good couple of seconds in that final sector with all the carnage that went on. But I don't think we're going to get any quick results, unfortunately. So this one may be played out with steward decisions and things like that. So we're probably just best to end it here, to be honest.
Absolutely, I agree.
But yeah, thanks for everyone who tuned in. There's another interesting PC1 race. We'll be back next week for Australia. I almost said Brazil. That's the week afterwards. But yeah, just very quickly, I want to thank our partners who I have this week. We have Bolidomania, Grid Finder, Race Insight, and I remember Discord being mentioned in one of the previous videos. So I'm going to thank Discord as well, even if they're not partnered, just for making communication possible and PC1 Carnage chats possible as well. But yeah, thanks for everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week in Australia. I hope you join us next week.
Right on.
Enjoy.
Ciao.